It's time to manifest your greatness with the new moon in Capricorn on December 23rd. We're going to get into the energies and see what you need to know about this very potent, powerful, and exciting new moon. So stay tuned. So we have big Capricorn energy. Capricorn energy at this new moon. The sun, the moon, Venus, Mercury, and Pluto are all in Capricorn. This new moon is very exciting because it is squaring Jupiter, which has just freshly re-entered Aries. Now you might be saying, hey, Stella, wait a minute. Isn't a square not so great in astrology? Well, that may be true sometimes, but squares, we need squares in astrology. They often light a fire under our shapely bums. And what's very exciting is, of course, Jupiter in Aries. Aries is a cardinal sign. Capricorn's a cardinal sign. So with Jupiter freshly in Aries, this is saying, let's get the show on the road. Let's get something new started in our lives, especially in the Capricorn area of our lives where the new moon is happening. And in 2023, we have a very strong emphasis on the sign of Aries. Of course, Jupiter will be transiting through Aries until the middle of May. We will also have a very powerful, exciting new moon solar eclipse in Aries on April 20th. We also have one, of course, on March 21st, a new moon in Aries. So we have two new moons in Aries. And we have the nodal shift happening in the middle of July with the North Node moving into Aries. Aries really is about birthing all things new. It's the first sign of the zodiac. So yes, it's about getting started. As the 10th house of the zodiac wheel, Capricorn is about achievement, climbing the mountain of success, and manifesting your greatness. So we're going to use the tarot and dive into these astrological energies to find out how you can set your best intentions to manifest your special greatness in whatever area of life Capricorn falls in your chart. So watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. And of course, this Capricorn house of your chart has been undergoing massive transformations since 2008 when Pluto first went into Capricorn. So we're almost finished with the Plutonian transit of Capricorn. He will move into Aquarius on March 27th, I believe, 2023. He'll be in there for a few months and then he'll backtrack to the few final degrees of Capricorn. So we're not absolutely done with him yet in Capricorn, but we are absolutely in the process of wrapping up this very, very long transit of Pluto through Capricorn. So whatever changes that you have undergone in this area of your life, it's really now about the regeneration of that area of your life. The massive changes have already really taken place, because Pluto's in the final degrees. Now, he may still have a little bit of cosmic cleanup that he'll be doing, but really we can start focusing on the regenerative aspect of this area of our chart. And that's also where Aries comes in. So this is very, very interesting with this potent Aries influence with the Jupiter square to the new moon. Now, with Mercury in Capricorn as well, this is about having a practical plan. With Venus involved, this is also about quality of your values, right? So in other words, think quality, not quantity, right? When you're thinking about your new moon intentions, think about what you can do with your time and energy more effectively. More is not necessarily better. Best is better, if you get my drift. Let's get into your reading. All right, Aries, so it's time to set your intention to manifest your greatness with your career, because that is what has been undergoing massive changes since 2008. Your public role also. All right, so how you show up in the world, in the public. What you are known for. All right, let's see. What do we need to know about manifesting your greatness in this area? Setting some intentions with this new moon in Capricorn, or here's the Capricorn energy. Oh, and the star. Wow. And the 10 of coins, more Capricorn. Wow, look at this. Okay, this is very interesting. This star card is just one of my favorites. That's why it's behind me on the poster. Because for me, yes, it's about healing, but it is, to me, about being the best version of yourself that you can be, being your shining bright self. And also, this energy for me has connotations of following your North Star in the sky. So following some sort of destined path. This is your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. This is also about having a presence in the wider world, having more connections, having more gravitas, etc. This is about having your star rise higher in the sky. So again, look, Capricorn energy, Capricorn energy. So what this is saying to me is set your intention for a practical plan to have yourself network and your star rise higher. You know, you're manifesting your greatness. I mean, literally here with this star card. There is something I feel maybe you have only recently tapped into about your own abilities. Again, because we're in the regenerative phase of Pluto. So you may have just rediscovered something or started, you maybe through, since 2008, you learned some sort of new skill, but you haven't really been able to put it too much into practice yet in some way in your career. This is about going on to some sort of new destiny that is yours for the taking, so to speak. And it can result in amazing, amazing greatness, recognition, and a bright and shining path. Also, with this 10 of coins, this is also about you stepping into greater abundance for yourself, not selling yourself short, asking for more money, right? And not settling for less than situations when it comes to your personal finances, right? In terms of your career. So also, because this comes after this is saying to me, once you really start getting on this path, the money is just going to be rolling in for you, right? That you are supposed to be doing this, but it's the joy of the path. It's the healing also, because there may have been with the since 2008, some sort of ruckus or a few ruckuses and disruptions. And, you know, Pluto takes things out of our life left, right, and center because he's trying to get us to a different place. He takes out things that are rotting, that are of no good use to us anymore. So what this is also saying is that, you know, you are now on the other side. You're in the healing phase. You know, the rot has been scooped up and gotten rid of. And because you're coming from this place of feeling healed from the career dramas since 2008, you are in a perfect position to manifest more money. And you have a great opportunity to do that in 2003, because it is your year. I mean, I'm telling you. But also because you're going to have Jupiter in your second house of money starting in the middle of May. So set your intentions to rise to greater heights, I feel, with something new that you have a strong foundation in. That's another reason I think the King of Coins is showing up here. You have a very strong foundation in this. You know this, whatever this thing is that you maybe is new to you relatively recently, or that you just haven't monetized yet. You know, you have a strong foundation in it. It's like the back of your hand. Like, you know it, like, you know, like, you know your own face. Like, you know this. But yeah, this is absolutely, you know, can manifest in some beautiful treasure for you. 100%. So set the intention that you will follow and manifest your next great destiny for your career. And it's going to involve also you getting out in the world and changing your associations in some way. The world is going to know your name. Whatever your little world is, okay, it's going to know your name. Aries, so get ready. All right, Taurus, so let's see what we have going on for you. You have this beautiful new moon energy and a compatible element as yours, Earth. And this is also your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life. So, you know, your goals and aspirations have certainly undergone a transformation. The direction that you see your life going in has undergone quite a transformation since 2008. But also, it's particularly had some U-turns and different things happening since, you know, we've had Uranus in your sign the last couple of years as well. So now that the dust has settled somewhat, I think you can begin to set some new intentions to manifest your greatness in terms of the big picture perspective of your life. Like things that you really want to achieve. Like I said, now that the dust is kind of settled, the 5-year plan for yourself. And with Jupiter going into Aries, this is a lot about having that protective, intuitive angel on your shoulder. Okay, so let's see. This is a time to set the intention to really start taking action on moving forward toward the bigger destiny of your life, the bigger picture that you want to manifest in your world. All right, we have the moon here, and we have the 8 of Cups. Wow. And we have the Knight of Swords. All right, so likely there is some sort of situation that you need to wave goodbye to in your life, or you're in the process of waving goodbye to. It may have something to do with a Cancer or Pisces. Sure, that's possible with these two energies. This suggests to me that there has been a lot of emotional kind of going back and forth with making this decision about what direction to go in. But I think you're almost there. And I think that this new moon is time to make up your mind and take fast executive action on moving forward with some important, perhaps, communications and paperwork. And this can even be just literally writing it out, thought processes, like communication, like fast, like brain dump type energy. But it also can be just putting things into motion, like contracts, like I said, paperwork, you know, getting infrastructure, like that type of thing in place for yourself with this, moving toward this great new direction you want to go in your life. All right, so there has been some, emotional consternation going on here. You could have recently also found out something about someone close to you that also influenced, because we got the cups here, also influenced your decision making in terms of which way you want to go with the bigger picture of your life. So there could have been a revelation about a relationship, a close friend, about a job, whatever. And it temporarily threw you a little bit, but you are ready to move on. I mean, the 8 of Cups is here. And, this is your 11th house, the Pisces energy showing up here. So you're ready to move toward new dreams. I mean, 100%. But you were still kind of on emotional cleanup crew going on here with this moon. So, again, this is about setting intentions, and also, it's not just about intentions, but also taking action. Because we're in Capricorn, it's practical, it's the cardinal energy that I was talking about before. So it really is time to take the action with the Knight of Swords here. And swords are about our mind and our intellect, and as I said, paperwork, important conversations, important connections maybe you need to make with professionals to help you with a certain thing, like maybe a lawyer, something like that. So don't overthink it, though. That's the thing. You've already been in brooding, overthinking mode over here with the moon. This is about do it, right? And don't belabor the point. All right. So you got this, Taurus. Set that plan and start the ball rolling with taking some actions with the aforementioned things, because you are ready for this. That's the thing. It's just, the moon here, it was probably a challenging emotional situation that was going on. But you're ready now. You're going to feel this energy of this Capricorn moon. You're like, you know what? Why am I still hanging on to this situation? This is like ridiculous. I've got to move on. This is not aligned for me. I know this deep in my heart. I know that this is not aligned for where I see my life going. So you're going to let it go. You're going to let it go, and then the action taking is right here. So you got it. All right, Gemini. So Pluto's been in your 8th house since 2008, and he has been churning up the deep, bringing up all sorts of goodies to heal in your life and transform, whether we're talking about your finances, whether we're talking about your sex life, whether we're talking about things to do with your family, shared resources, whatever. Pluto's been doing his thing. So this gorgeous energy, this new moon, all of this very, very strong positive energy of regeneration in this Capricorn area of your chart is fantastic. All right, you have endured. This is not easy to have Pluto going through your 8th house. You have endured, you have survived, and you are on the verge of thriving, right? Because you've made sense of all this energy and you're ready to start anew. So what this energy is suggesting for me is that manifest your greatness from the healed version of yourself. Healed version. Not the old version from 2008, but the healed version of where you are now. You've been through things, you've transformed, you've healed, you've risen above. All right, so manifest your greatness from a healed vision of your life. All right, let's see what we need to know here, and let's come up with a practical plan for that. See what we need to know. Geminis. Okay. Geminis. We have the 8 of Wands. Oh, wow. And the World card. Wow. And isn't this interesting? And the 8 of Swords. Okay. And we're talking about your 8th house. Isn't this funny? I love when tarot works like this. All right. Success is yours, Gemini. Look at this World card here. So again, you are triumphantly wrapping up a cycle. You're going to be moving into the next phase of your life, reborn, rebirthed. I mean, this is also an energy of being reborn, this World card. Aquarius season is going to be very important for you in 2023. All right. So in about 8 weeks from now. Now, you can either sit around and ruminate in an 8 of Swords manner and be like, oh, no, I can't do this, I can't do that. Or you can go like a Leo, fast and furious in a good way, forward with lots of fire in your belly toward some important situation in your life. There's going to be an opportunity presented to you, I think, very soon. And you can either sit around and hem and haw about it, which is old behavior from 2008. Right? This is like no confidence. I can't do it. I can't see how I'm going to do it. Therefore, I can't do it, etc. and so on. This is stuck in your own brain. All right? And then you don't do anything. This is, oh my God, this opportunity is coming at me. I am ready. I'm taking inspired action. I'm going to see where it leads. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, there's plenty of other opportunities out there for me. This is a very confident energy that moves forward, and let's see where it goes. All right. So this is very beautiful here. So I want you to remember that you are not in this energy anymore. Set your intentions to move more quickly on opportunity. Something's about ready to be presented to you from the universe, and it's going to signal the closing out of this 8th house chapter and birthing you into this 9th house chapter, which is a world energy, the 9th house. All right? Pluto's going to be going into your 9th house in Aquarius, big picture of your life. You're going to be showing up. This can be showing up in the world in a much more large and in charge way. All right, look and see where there's any last bits of this hanging around and set the intention to get rid of them in your life once and for all. All right, so you are poised on the brink here of something really amazing. So set your intention that you will rise to the greatness of your life that you have healed, that you deserve this, and you are very, very worthy of it. And you're going to be taking a brand new place in the world very, very soon. Or in your world. I mean, something brand new is getting ready to pop. So exciting. Cancer, we have this beautiful manifest your greatness in your 7th house of relationships. So it's time for some fresh, new relationships in your life that love and appreciate you. Since 2008, with Pluto in your 7th house of relationships, you have had to deal with power plays, power struggles, power grabs in your relationships, both business and personal. So you've learned a lot of lessons, I'm sure, about boundaries, about your own power and what you will and will not put up with. So you're ready for new and valuable relationships, and you deserve it. I mean, you're one of the most loving, sincere, nurturing energies. You know, you really know how to take care of people, and it's time that you have relationships that also take care of you in your life. All right, so let's set the intentions to have, again, it's about quality, not quantity. So whether we're talking about, 100 friends, or do you want 100 friends or 3 friends, right? So you want 3 good friends, not 100 people in your life that have 100 different faces, each one of them, right? You never know which version you're going to get. You don't want that. All right, so time to set some intentions to meet some new people in your world, whether it is business or personal, whether it's friendship, romantic, right? And come up with a plan of how you can do that. Right? And sometimes, let's face it, Cancer energy, you got to kind of force yourself to get out of the house. I mean, it's just, So you may need to create a practical plan for yourself of, how I'm going to go out and meet these people. It doesn't have to be every day or every week, but maybe coming up with a plan. All right. Let's see what we got here. We have the 7 of Swords and we have the Hermit. So interesting, because we're talking about your 7th house and we have the 7 show up. Oh, and we have a 10 of Swords. Okay. So, we have the reasons why you've been in hermit mode. This is what's been going on with the Pluto in your 7th house. You've had people who have betrayed you. You have people who had told a lot of Fibonacci's, who misrepresented themselves, who kept you in the dark about important things. And so you're like, F it. I'm just going to, be on my own. I'm better off that way anyway. A hermit, and do my own thing and be happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Of course not. All right. But what this is also saying, because the Hermit is a very spiritual energy, right? Your spirit is craving connection. All right. But you need to follow your transformed and healed spirit to find the right connections. Now, this is Virgo energy, and Virgo is a very lovely and compatible energy with yours, because they are also a nurturer in the zodiac, right? They are very loving, caring, caretaking. They want to be helpful, be of service. So this is saying to me, if you, look for that type of quality, if you look for these relationships from a more spiritual perspective, you will find that type of energy. That Virgoan energy. Okay, so maybe you learn some things about, because Pluto can be a very sexual energy as well. Maybe you've learned some things about obsessions, sexual obsessions. Again, every situation is different. Maybe you had some things to learn about, again, like I was saying, power dynamics in relationships. And that's why these things might have occurred, because it was teaching you lessons about that. Again, I'm speaking in generalities here. Everybody's situation is different. But that is no reason, to just be a hermit the rest of your life. That would be a shame, in my opinion, because you have so much love to share, and you also have so much love to receive, Cancer, from the world. So put this into perspective. This is what's already gone on. We know this. Don't let your light dim because of these shenanigans. And don't give up on love. Set the intentions. You know, it's happening in earth signs, right? In earth, in Capricorn. Set the intention that, you know, you're going to be a little more practical this time around with your business and personal relationships. You know, run people through a few hoops, test them a little bit before you just, you know, give your energy and your time. All right. So, and that's okay. And the right ones will show up, and you'll know who they are by their actions. All right, Leo, it's time to manifest your greatness when it comes to your work and well-being. You could really be going places in the year ahead, especially with Jupiter transiting your 9th house, the big picture perspective of your life. Uranus is still doing his thing in your 10th house of career, but this is very exciting energy to work with. So it's time to set your intentions, a practical plan for the next iteration of your career life, I feel, your work life, your well-being, right? All right. So you got this beautiful energy here in Capricorn to get a practical plan going for yourself. And also really consider your joy and the amount of money that you want to manifest in this practical plan. All right, let's see what we got here with the Mercury and Venus influence. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Nine of Wands. Interesting. Oh, and we have some Hanging Man energy. Okay. So you are tired, my Leo friend, of twisting in the wind. Like you're exhausted with some sort of career situation just hanging in the balance. Like it hasn't gone this way, it hasn't gone that way. You're just kind of like, WTF, like, what am I going to do? You might also be kind of just exhausted with not really seeing a solution yet to whatever this change is that you want to finally wrap up and move forward with in your career zone, all right, or in your work life, your 6th house. So, you know, Pluto has been churning things up for you in this area. Uranus is also still doing his thing, as I said, in your 10th house. So this is the key to me, is this Three of Cups. So this is about finding the joy with other people. So it's not so much about the money. It is really about your connection and how you feel in the day, on the daily, in your daily life. And that's where the intention needs to go, I feel. The practical plan to find the joy in what you're going to be showing up every day to do in the world. Okay, so when Jupiter goes into Aries and you're thinking of the big picture perspective of your life, you know, this to me is daily grind energy, Nine of Wands. You want to be thinking about, I'm working, but I love what I'm doing so much that it's just joyful. It doesn't feel like work. I'm meeting, I'm greeting, I'm socializing, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, people love my energy. I love their energy. It's all flowing. It's joyful and joyous versus this. I am stuck in this very, very draining situation. I can't even look at myself because I'm so tired, right? All right. So it is time to really make the plan to manifest your greatness. And you're so good at joy. Yours is the sign of the heart. Yours is the sign of shining and exuberance and making people feel good. You are the entertainer. You know, you're the one, the mover, the shaker, the groover. Like, let's do this, right? Not this. This is so not for you. All right. So And that's why Venus, it's very important to zero in on the Venus energy with this setting your intention and your plan as well. So as I've said many times on the channel, money is attracted to speed, yes, but it's also attracted to joy. So it's not just about the money. Yes, money's important, of course, but this is now about the plan has to involve joy for your career, for your daily life, and also for your well-being. We need happiness in our daily life. We need to set the intention and make a plan to bring creative joy in our lives, to do fun things. So some of you, that's another thing that may be going on here. Maybe work is okay. It's nothing, that's maybe not what's going on for you. Maybe it's you're doing too much work. Maybe you do like it, but it's just been a heavy schedule and you feel very stuck in it. You got to set the intention and make the plan and take the action that you're going to schedule in your joy. You need this, Leo. You absolutely, we all need it, but you especially need it. Okay? So make that plan and set that intention. All right, Virgo. So we have this amazing manifest your greatness energy in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, pleasure. This is really life force energy. So since 2008, you may have really had a lot of shifts in terms of, really where you wanted to put your focus with your energy. So, what creative projects you wanted to dive into, what relationships really you felt nurtured you, what really gave you pleasure. So these things may have undergone very, very interesting transformations for you since 2008. So now you're setting some new intentions for making some exciting things happen in your world, right? You've got so much gorgeous energy to share with the world. You're also going to have Jupiter going into your 8th house of transformation and healing. So when you set your intention for what you want to give your life force energy to, think about it also in terms of what brings you the most opportunity for expansive growth and healing. And I say healing in quotes. I mean, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel valued, that makes you feel really connected with your life purpose. All right, so let's see what we got going on here, Virgo. This is about like deep personal transformation by expanding your world with new projects in your life. That's really what we're talking about here. All right, let's see what we have. We have the 5 of Cups, which is interesting. We're talking about your 5th house. Oh, and we have your energy, 9 of Coins. And we have the Ace of Cups. Isn't this gorgeous? Okay. So you really are poised on the brink of some sort of major new project and or relationship, or both, that is going to put past disappointments in the rear view mirror. Like really, like just like you're gonna be like, oh my God, like, I'm glad that's gone. I'm glad that's not in my life anymore. Okay, because this is going to be so much better. So yes, interesting. 5 of Cups. There could have been at least 3 major challenging changes that happened in this 5th house area of your life since 2008. But now you're on the other side of that for the most part. And we have this beautiful energy of you saying yes to something that is going to be the making of you. It could be the making of you financially because the Pentacles are here. And 8th house is other people's money, and Jupiter is going into that 8th house for you. So whatever you're saying yes to, whatever you're manifesting your greatness for, could have a connection with other people funding you in some way. It's possible, like a project, a business, etc., etc. Okay. But the 9 of Coins, this is also about your personal energy and about you creating a personal paradise for yourself, and of you fulfilling your emotional needs first and foremost. So putting your own emotional needs to the forefront of your creative life, of your relationship life, like thinking of yourself first, which I know isn't always easy for Virgos because you are very service-oriented energy. You know, you want to be helpful in the world. You can still be helpful. Absolutely. But this is what's got to come first, is you. Following your own bliss, your own emotional and creative drives for whatever you want to create in your world, whatever would make your personal paradise happen. Okay? And when you show up with that gorgeous, heart-centered, and authentic energy, and whatever it is you come up with, you produce, you share, you do in the world, it will serve people. So you'll still be doing your Virgo thing of serving and helping, or whatever words you want to use, all right? You're going to be doing it, sharing your talents and abilities. I kind of don't like the word serve, but all right. So, and there's going to be some beautiful healing transformation that's brought to your life because of engaging in this new great thing that's really created from your sense of personal power. So Pluto going through your 5th house has really taught you about the power of your own creative life force energy. And you are not going to be wasting it and squandering it on things that don't matter to you anymore. So think about that as you set your intentions at this Capricorn new moon. Libras, you have this beautiful new moon in Capricorn energy in your 4th house of home, family, roots, and what nourishes you and what feeds you. This house, of course, has been feeling the energy of Pluto since 2008. So Pluto has really shown you where the cracks in the foundation are in your life and what needed to be really excavated, dug out, and discarded. And now we're in the regenerative phase of Pluto, and we have this gorgeous new moon energy. So it is time to revitalize the foundation of your life. For some of you, this is setting an intention to have some sort of geographic cure. Perhaps you cannot manifest your greatness where you are currently living. Maybe it is limiting you in some way. So it is time to put a practical plan into gear to find the place that is going to be supportive of you shining in your life, succeeding in your life more than you have up to this current point. Now, this may also have something to do with you wanting to manifest a relationship in your life. So, or improve the current relationship that you have. Jupiter is going to be going into that 7th house for you starting in, well, right before the Capricorn new moon. And he'll be in there until the middle of May. So some of you, that's what this is about as well. All right. Manifesting a better relationship or with the person you already are with, healing it in some way, expanding it in some way. Maybe you're thinking about expanding the family in some way. Maybe you're setting an intention to adopt or have a child or, whatever you're going to do. Others of you, the new foundation of your life is you want a significant other. So what's the practical plan for you to go and do that? I think for some of you, it has something to do with changing where you are living, how you are living, and who you're living with. Example, maybe you're currently living with roommates. Maybe you want to set the intention to get a place of your own so it's easier to date and have a little romance in your life, all right? So this is going to depend on your personal situation, but the foundation of your life, it's time to regenerate it. And some of you, there may still be something you need to let go of in terms of where you're living, how you're living, and who you're living with. Others of you are on the other side of it. All right, we have the King of Coins, and we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the Knight of Wands. This is a moving card. Wow, interesting. 7 of Wands and the King of Coins. All right, So this is July energy. So this is interesting. Sometimes it takes time for our manifestations to happen, as we know. Timing needs to be right. We need to put effort into what we're trying to accomplish. The North Node will be in Aries at this point. So in July. So I think it's interesting here that it is very possible that some sort of destined new connection is going to be the catalyst for you to move out and move on in some way. There's something here where you may have been very defensive about your life choices with the Seven of Wands and this King of Coins. We have the Capricorn energy here with this King of Coins. You've learned a lot of lessons about your own self-worth, your own values, what you really need to be happy at the foundational level of your life. But also, this is saying that you've got to step back and set yourself apart in some way. So there's something here, this is very patriarchal energy as well, this King of Coins. Very matriarch, patriarch energy. You may have to step away from a parental figure, authority figure, that type of thing, and forge your own way. And this could also just be symbolic. Maybe you're still living in the family home. Your parents could have been gone for a long time. Maybe they've passed on, rest their souls, right? But you could still be living in the family home or attached to all their stuff, even though you don't really like it. It's like that type of thing. Like you got to break free from something from the past that's still kind of holding you back. And it may have something to do, the breaking free may come because of a relationship. This is also your 7th house here, Aries, right? The fire energy. And this is an energy of getting it done and moving on. So some of you, the intention is the practical plan to put that in motion is what are the steps you need to take to set yourself free, set yourself apart from some sort of group collective, whether literal or just, a holdover from the past. That has been solidified for a while. Pluto's been trying to change it up for you. You're declaring your independence. There's something here about declaring your independence in some way and taking the action to get it done. And once you do that, if you really are wanting to manifest a relationship, it's going to come in for you. I think it could come in July. So very interesting energies here for you. But yeah, it's time to hear about cutting the cord, right? Because you are, supposed to. Libra, you are the sign of partnership, right? So you are kind of a little at a loose end when you don't have significant connections in your life, particularly a partner. That's just the nature of your sign. So, the manifest your greatness has a lot to do with you manifesting an important connection in your life. And some of you, like I said, the way that's going to happen is through the 7 of Wands. Scorpio, we have gorgeous new moon energy in your 3rd house of writing, speaking, teaching, networking, and sales, your daily life, your siblings. We have Jupiter about to enter your 6th house of work and well-being. So this really, to me, speaks of setting some beautiful new intentions to manifest your greatness when it comes to speaking your truth, sharing your essence, sharing your wisdom, sharing of yourself through the communicative arts with the world. And communicative arts means different things. It doesn't necessarily have to be creative writing. It could be acting. It could be performing. It could be singing. It could be whatever it is, right? It's that you are using your voice in some way to impact those around you. And of course, it's so important for us to speak our truth, share our truth. That does foster a sense of well-being. Like when you hold back and you don't share, right? Your throat chakra is blocked. Everything gets blocked and you're not, expressing your essence. Not good. Okay. Not good at all. Now, this may also have something to do with work opportunities. Speaking up for work opportunities in your life. It may have something to do with you using your creative skills, your communicative skills, in some new job that you want to have in the world. Could be some new marketing job. Maybe you're writing a book, or maybe you're teaching, right? Or you're going to start teaching. Any of those things. It's time to manifest your greatness in these areas of your life. And that may in fact have something to do with some sort of job opportunity that heads your way as a result, or some other opportunity that just brings well-being to your life. It makes you feel good. All right, so let's see what we need to know. Scorpios. Because Pluto has been really churning up that third house, trying to get you to see the importance of speaking your truth since 2008. We got some Leo, your 10th house of career, and we have some Virgo, which is your 11th house of wishes. All right, and we have the Four of Cups. Okay. All right, well, there is going to be an opportunity likely coming to you, maybe in April with the 4 here. Scorpio, there is something near and dear to your heart with this Strength card. Something that you are so passionate about doing. It's like you're on a mission about it with the Strength card. This is part of your spiritual mission. You have something important to share with the world. It is your spiritual mission to do so. Okay, yes, it may be something that you're also going to be doing for a career, or you're already doing it, but there is something even deeper that's going to be happening for you. And as a result, there's going to be some sort of new opportunity, okay, with this Four of Cups. So it's time to keep your eyes on the prize, the emotional prize of feeling good when you use your voice, when you share your essence, like I keep saying. All right? That's all you got to focus in on. Focus on the emotional, what's the word I want? The emotional benefit of self-expression, of speaking from the heart, of creating from the heart. This is your spiritual mission right now, whatever's going on for you. And it is time to come up with a practical plan for yourself, because we're talking Capricorn here, right? Of how you're going to get this done. So maybe you need a schedule. It's very Saturn. Maybe you need, and Saturn, of course, rules Capricorn. So maybe you need a writing schedule. Maybe you need, a word counter on the program you're using, or you need a word count every day you're going to hit, or, whatever you need to have that discipline, that schedule. Maybe you're into the Pomodoro technique, where you do something for like 20 minutes and then you move on, and then, whatever. There's so many ways to be productive. You got to find the way that works for you. But I feel like there is something very important, especially from now until April, over you burning the midnight oil here and working on something near and dear to your heart that involves communication, because that energy that you put behind that, the universe is going to take notice of it and bring in some sort of opportunity for you that you're kind of like you're expecting it, but you're not expecting it. There will be a tiny element of surprise with it, but when it arrives, you're going to be like, well, of course that's how it's arriving. Because that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been sharing. That's what's been going on. So, of course, it arrives that way. All right? So this is very, very nice. So figure out the practical plan for you to spend time. Some of you, there's something here with the Hermit where you may need to kind of go on a little bit of a retreat, a spiritual retreat, a writing retreat, whatever, some sort of where you're alone or you're with a small group of people who are committed to the same goals, and y'all, go away for a weekend and work on your stuff and share it, like a writing group, you share it with other people, that type of thing. So that's possible, but wow, very exciting energies here, Scorpio, to manifest your greatness when it comes to sharing and speaking your truth. Sagittarius, new moon in Capricorn in your second house of money and values. So you had Pluto in this house since 2008, and he has been bringing all sorts of things to your attention when it comes to power plays, financial power plays, how money gets used in relationships, used or abused in relationships. Your values may have changed around money, what you want to do for your money, to earn your money, how you feel about money. We have your ruling planet Jupiter going into your 5th house of pleasure. This new moon is really gorgeous for setting an intention to make money more easily and make it from doing things that you really love. So, and setting the intention, a practical plan to get yourself into maybe a new job or a situation that is much better for you, that's more joyful for you than maybe the one that you currently have. All right, so let's see what we got. We have the 7 of Swords and the Star. Wow, that card's been coming up so much. And the Sun. Wow, look at this. So interesting, because this is your 3rd house, and that's where Pluto's headed next, in Aquarius. And that is a lot about speaking and sharing your truth and using the power of communication to transform your world. And then we have the beautiful Sun card here, which is your 9th house, the big picture perspective of your life, the Leo energy. And that is also connected with the astrological wheel, the 5th house. We have Jupiter going into your 5th house. So this is saying to me, stop hiding your light under a bushel. These are 2 powerful light cards, the Star and the Sun. These are powerful cards of your star rising high in the sky. This is a lot to do with recognition in your world, whatever that means. But there's something here where maybe you've been looking over your shoulder every 5 minutes, or you've been hiding kind of away, or you've been just kind of kidding yourself about how something may still need to change with your finances. And what I'm feeling what that might be is that it's time for the regeneration, right? Which means some of you may need to change how you're earning your money. And as I said earlier, because Jupiter's going in your 5th house, you earn it doing something that's more aligned with what you love to do. So there could be, maybe you love what you do now. That's possible, but you're not getting the recognition that you deserve, which is what these 2 cards are. So you can continue to kid yourself that, or hang in there. Oh, I'm going to get it eventually from this place, but probably not. Somebody could be dangling a carrot in front of you, saying, oh, promise, oh, we'll give you the raise, we'll give you the bonus, we'll, give you this, give you that, la, 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 la. And then they never do. It's just to keep you around in hope, but then it doesn't happen. So some of you are going to have to look for a place. You set the intention that you're worth more. That's the 2nd house of values. You are worth more than a 7 of Swords situation. You've learned you can't ignore things with Pluto. Pluto comes through and, churns up our lives and throws mud in our face. Like, you can't ignore that. And you've learned you can't ignore certain things about your money and values. You've learned that. So if whatever the 7 of Swords situation represents for you, it's got to be faced once and for all. Because look at this beautiful energy that wants to come in and manifest for you. Beautiful. Some of you, this is about getting bigger and better clients. Some of you, this is again about stepping out a lot more to, communicate on a world stage in some way. And again, whatever your world is, like a bigger and more visible role. Now, interesting, we have the sundial here, which is about time. And we are talking about Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, which is also about time. So, it can, whenever we set our intentions, that's what we are doing. We set an intention, we set a focus, we make a plan to do the work. It may not be until, Leo season. It's possible, right? That fully manifests for you. It may take time. You may see the first inklings of this new exciting developments in Aquarius season. All right. But there is, look at these gorgeous major arcanas. These are so beautiful. There is something here that is big in the making for you. It is your destiny to have people notice you, to shine in your world. All right. But you got to get out from the shadows. You are worth so much more, and people need your energy and they need your messages of whatever you're going to start communicating to the world when Pluto goes into Aquarius. It's going to be life transforming, not only for you, but for the people who hear your words. So exciting energies here, Sag. Make the plan. That's very Capricorn, and get it done. Capricorn, we are in your new moon. This is your time. Capricorn 2.0. We are here. All the struggles, dramas, shenanigans since 2008, they're in the rear view. They're in the rear view mirror. Capricorn, it is now time to focus on the new. This energy is all about you. It's in your first house of how other people see you, of how you see yourself, about your personal empowerment, your personal essence, right? Your gorgeous energy. So all of this energy, the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, this is about rewriting your story. This is about loving yourself even more than you already do, and making some new plans and intentions for yourself to build from the ground up anew toward things that you truly value and that represent the new you. That you build out of hopeful optimism and the strength and experiences that you've gone through that, yes, were difficult, but they made you who you are right now. You are a survivor and a thriver. All right. So we got Jupiter going into your fourth house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you, what feeds you. This is the foundation of your life. So we know Pluto comes through and digs things up from the foundation. So he seriously rocked Capricorn's world and, just tore everything asunder, like left, right, and center. Like, we know this since 2008. But now the foundation, right, is stronger because Pluto got rid of the stuff, right? He got rid of the junk. Wasn't always pretty, but all right. Now we got Jupiter, which is about opportunities, benefits, expansion, coming into the fourth house. It's time to build. And you're good at building. You are the builder. You're the architect and the builder of the zodiac. So it is time for you to build upon new and solid ground. Gorgeous, right? Gorgeous energies. Capricorn. All right, let's see what we got. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, let's see. Capricorn, look, it's your energy. And the Knight of Cups. And the Three of Coins. All right. Gorgeous. So you're going to be so focused in. This is beautiful earth energy too, right? So you're going to be so focused in on something that you absolutely love to do. It gives you such strong emotional nourishment, this Knight of Cups energy. So the Three of Coins is an architecture card also. It is a structure card. So it's interesting. I was just talking about that and we get this. But it's also like doing something with your hands. It's your skill. Like you are good at doing this. So, and it may have something to do with, yes, your own emotional fulfillment, but it may have something to do with you also offering it to the world in some way. So this is not just you alone in your room building whatever you build, right? Writing, building businesses, building websites, it's not just that. All right. This is also about you offering your emotional creations and literal creations to the world. All right. So, and look, we have your major arcana energy showing up here. So, this is not just a king of coins or a queen of coins. This is you in your full power. Think of it that way when we show up as the major arcana self. This is the fully empowered Capricorn. So we know you've been through the flames of Pluto. We know. But look at how strong you're standing there. And you are going to build something magnificent for yourself that is going to bring a lot of emotional, positive change in your life. It's going to help you connect with people. It could bring a significant new person into your life as well. That's going to become part of the foundation of your life going forward. This doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friend. It could be a business partner, whatever, right? An artistic, creative partner, whatever it might be. Because the Three of Coins is also suggestive of small groups, right? Of other people being involved in something. So, but ultimately, Three of Coins is a card of intense focus on your craft. And your craft has strengthened since 2008, whether you realize it or not. And it's because you have strengthened. There is also possibly with these energies here, because we're talking about a new moon, that you can, and Mercury will be going retrograde in your sign on the 29th. So it is possible too, and with Mars retrograde in Gemini, your 6th house of work and well-being, it is possible that you go back to something that you have loved in the past, but you were not able to fully engage in. Or maybe you did, but there was a hiatus for whatever reason because of Pluto, right? It was a hiatus. And you go back to it with even more love and enthusiasm, and you build the new you on something you had to set aside earlier. That is also very possible. But this, again, is about the new you and what makes you feel emotionally fulfilled, what makes you feel emotionally connected with yourself. All right. And you'll also be sharing it with other people. But this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So it's time to get to work. Three of Coins. You love that, right, Capricorn? It's time to get to work, but it's time to get to work on something you emotionally value. It's not just work for work's sake. This is a very important distinction to make. Something that, is also very kind of artistic maybe and creative. And when I say that, it means it's infused with your life force energy. This is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So set your intentions accordingly, Capricorn. Aquarius. So this new moon in Capricorn energy is happening in your 12th house of the subconscious, things hidden behind the scenes, kind of like, the closet of our lives, so to speak. And Pluto's been in that 12th house since 2008, kind of really churning things up and bubbling things up from beneath the surface to help you to heal some maybe limiting beliefs, old traumas, things like that. All right. So very interesting because Pluto, as we know, is getting ready to move into your sign. Saturn has just been through your sign. He is departing also in March, and he'll be in Pisces. So I feel like this new moon, because 12th house is a little tricky energy to describe sometimes. This is like the last bits of spring cleaning, all right, of that closet, so to speak. So going within, setting some intentions to do some practical things to ready yourself for the big transformations that are going to be occurring as Pluto heads through your sign. You've, of course, learned and grown immensely as things came to your awareness, with Pluto bringing them to your awareness since 2008. You've done a lot of internal work, psychological work, healing work, as I was saying. So there may be just some setting some intentions to look at the last few little things that need to just be cleared away. And these also could be literal things, like you may need to literally clean out the closet of your life, of things that remind you of these past situations that you've healed, you've gone through, that don't fit your awareness now, your consciousness now, your heightened sensitivity and things like that. Like, you don't need them. So also too, I feel like, there's some energies perhaps of setting some intentions to come out of the closet in some way in your life. Now, I don't mean it just in the sense of, identity, but it can also mean sharing with other people, setting some intentions to share with worthy people more of who you are, more of the depth of who you are. Some other, deeper things going on with you. So, with appropriate people, not just anybody, but those who would get and value what you're sharing with them. So there may also be some of that going on as well. All right. So manifesting your greatness, in terms of, I feel like, honoring the journey you've been on with Pluto going through Capricorn. And in a practical way, also honoring that journey by, as I said, like cleaning stuff out of your life, the last bits of it. All right, let's see what we need to know. It's like a spring cleaning for your mind. Let's see. Look, 8 of Cups. And there's your energy. Look at this. Ace of Coins. Okay. So Saturn is about to go into your second house of money here. But this is also Capricorn energy with this Ace of Coins. So there is some exciting new beginning, a new commitment perhaps with your finances that is going to be coming soon. Probably right after your birthday, with this star energy showing up here. So again, this 12th house is about waving goodbye to those last bits of that Pluto and Capricorn journey. The emotional cleanup, letting go, the practical letting go, right? That's Capricorn. It's practical. So like I'm just feeling it's on a very tangible level. That's why I keep saying, like, cleaning out your closet, literally, cleaning out drawers, just getting rid of stuff that doesn't, that reminds you of stuff you've already healed. That you don't need to keep that hanging around. All right. Because some gorgeous, you've healed. I mean, again, the star card, you've healed a lot of emotional baggage and stuff. So you've let go of a lot of emotional baggage. It's now time to literally let go of the baggage that may still be hanging around. That's, again, very practical in Capricorn. Get rid of it. Lighten the load. That's the other thing with the Saturn, Capricorn Saturn thing, like pruning, letting things go. All right. So gorgeous. And this beautiful Ace of Coins here. So you are getting ready to go on a whole new committed path in your life probably with your finances. But so this could be a new job. This could be some new investments you're going to make of your time and energy. Again, it's just, I'm feeling a big new commitment that's going to be happening in your life that you're going to want to put a lot of your time and energy into. You won't have time, in other words, to deal with the leftovers when this starts growing. You're going to want to invest all your energy into the new. You don't want the old hanging around, and you won't have time to deal with the old when this starts demanding a lot more of your attention. So this is a great time to do this now. Also, Mercury will be going retrograde in Capricorn on December 29th, and will be retrograde until January, I think, 18th, 19th. So Mercury retrograde in your 12th house. Again, Mercury retrograde is a great time to clean out closets, clean things out. This is a perfect way to use this energy. So set the intentions, make the practical plan of doing this for yourself in Capricorn season. This would be fantastic. And also set the intention of what you want this new beginning to look like for yourself on a very practical level when it comes to your finances. All right, but that's coming more with that Saturn going into your second house. Pisces, we have this new moon in Capricorn in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams and networks, the wider world. We have Jupiter moving into your second house of show me the money and values. So if you want to manifest some abundance for yourself, if that's one of your hopes and wishes and dreams, then it is time to get super Capricorn practical and come up with a plan and set an intention of how exactly you are going to do that at this new moon. So manifest your greatness. You have so much beautiful, creative, and spiritual energy to share with the world. It is time to have some sort of practical container for that energy. So it needs structure, in other words. All right? If you want to manifest the abundance, let's just say, then you need the structure of an investment plan. You need the structure of a savings plan. You need the structure of, I don't know, of an accountant who's going to help you run through your finances and figure out, you need to do this, and this. This is very practical energy with this Capricorn. All right. So, Pisces, your immutable energy, your symbol is the fish, and, you swim this way, you swim that way, you're going with the flow. And that's certainly a wonderful thing. I'm not saying that that's bad or wrong, but we also need to be practical in our lives to get things done. So this is some of the best energy here for you to find the right structure, container, situation to manifest one of your most important dreams and bring it to fruition and have it be abundantly rewarding for you. Okay, so let's see what we need to know about that. If you want to manifest your greatness, which your gifts to the world are many and are very artistic and healing and spiritual, it's time to get the practical framework around them. All right, let's see what we got. We have the Magician, gorgeous. And the Lovers, the Gemini. Look at these major arcanas. Oh, and a 5 of coins. Isn't this interesting? Oh, this is another mutable energy, the Gemini. And Gemini, is famous for sometimes they go this way and sometimes they go that way, right? Sometimes it's this direction, that direction, just like the fish, right? Sometimes you're this way, sometimes you're that. And we have a 5 of coins, which, it's like, hey, where's my money? So you have a choice here. It's always about choices. It's always about using energy, as I say all the time. You have a choice to do the things that you've been doing in order to manifest abundance. I would say that probably hasn't been working for you because the 5 of coins is showing up here. Or it hasn't been working as strongly as you would like. Maybe money's only been trickling in. You'd like a flood of money. There is another choice. There is another way. And that is about your personal power and stepping into your very focused personal power of manifestation, the Magician. Okay, now manifestation is not just about wishing. Manifestation is not just about vision boarding, although that can be helpful. Manifestation is also very much dependent upon the actions that we take. Absolutely. So the Magician for me is about bringing all your skills and talents to the table. You are in charge of creating your world, your reality. So you can choose that approach and you can say, yeah, I'm going to manifest a reality that has more money in it. I'm going to choose differently. I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to use my skills and talents to create beautiful things in the world. But then I'm also going to make the choice to realize that, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm not really interested in the structure or the container. So I'm going to manifest somebody who can help me with the structure and the container. Right? So, this is like creative genius energy. So maybe you're like, yeah, I can come up with, I am the creative genius of poetry. Let's just say I'm the creative genius of this art form, whatever. But you know what? I really suck at marketing, or I'm just not interested in selling myself. So you find the person who can sell you, who can put your art on Instagram. You get my point? You get my point. All right. You apply the energies to your life. All right. Don't go all head in the sand and go on this direction and be just like, all right, whatever. I'm not dealing with it. No. 11th house is also about connecting with networks and groups that can support you. So it's time to know, what you are good at, what you can do, and what gives you joy and pleasure, and then make the decision to find the person who gets joy and pleasure from being the accountant or, the business coach or the Instagram marketer or whatever, if that's not your strong suit. All right. So you got this. All right. You don't have to go into a 5 of coins moment. You don't. But you do have to take charge of the situation, the magician, and know, whose role is what going on here. All right. All right, Pisces. So thank you so much for joining me for your new moon in Capricorn energy forecast. I can't wait to hear what you are planning on manifesting with these energies. So leave me a comment and let me know. I love you guys. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.